Good morning, everyone. Cindy Fodor here for our 30th anniversary celebration. Thank you for joining me. I did say this was going to be live, but then I had issues because I can't do Facebook and YouTube at the same time, so that was going to be a problem. So I am recording this just so that everything hopefully can go smoothly. So still leave us a comment, a chat with us. I will be reading all the comments and even answering questions as we go, as you have them. So first off today, we have a special guest here. And my friend, my helper, my teammate, Barbara Brougher, is going to demo a card for you. And then I might have time to do one as well before the rest of the events start. So let's turn it over to her.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 30th anniversary for Cindy. I'm going to be demoing this card. It's a wedding card, and it's using Simply Beautiful stamp set. And actually, the dies that I used were just the outline die to cut it out. It has a lot of other dies that would show bits and pieces, but I just simply stamped this and the big leaf, and I did the smaller flower. So my technique is vellum. As you can see, I cut it out, stamped it with Versamark, and then white embossed, and I'm going to color these two, the big flower and the leaves. So let's get started. Here's my card base. I'm using soft sea foam for the card base and for the layer which is done with the plaid embossing folder. Okay, these little ones I'm going to leave plain, and I'm going to go ahead, turn them over, and color the leaves and the flower. It makes for a very soft look, but it is so pretty, especially for something like a wedding card or anniversary, maybe. And it's very simple. It's very easy to just using one blend, not doing any shading or anything like that. This blend is the dark soft sea foam, and I think that should pretty well take care of that. I might go over it just a little here, darken it up a little. I know some people like to color and some not so much, but something like this isn't hard at all. And we're doing it on the back side, otherwise we would it would cling to the embossed. So it shows through. And there's our leaves. All right, we're ready for the flower, and I'm doing that in dark petal pink. It is kind of overcast today, and it's still supposed to be some cold weather, but hopefully spring will come and we'll have real flowers that'll be blooming, and we can enjoy the springtime. I guess I'm not as chatty because I'm concentrating on this, and since I don't do videos on a regular basis, it's something a little different for me. But anyway, it's fun to try something new. So as you can see, this just does not take very long at all. I'm going over it a little bit more to darken it. turn this over and see what it looks like. There, it looks pretty good. Maybe I'll smooth these lines out here a little. All right, I think we're going to let that go, and that'll dry till I am ready for it. All right, I'm ready to put this together. Get this Tombow and use that since it's embossed with the crevices. It'll probably adhere better. Okay. And I think I'll go ahead and stamp my sentiment. Whoops. All right, I have my tag cut. I hope it's cut big enough here. And I'm using gray granite. Gray granite, smoky slate, and petal pink. And that is a very nice, very nice combination. Goes together very nicely. All right, let's hope that's straight. Yes, I think we'll go with that. Do go ahead and put this on the bottom because that way it's in place and I don't get my flower too low. So we put 4 of these on dimensionals. Well, all thumbs. Goodness, they don't want to pop off. I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of struggle getting these off, but there we go. Okay, so now we're going to go pretty close to the bottom because I want to put the ribbon on, as you can see. And also this flower is fairly large. So I'm going to start with that and some, I need a pokey tool, and what I'm going to do is put a glue dot, let's get rid of this, glue dot in the middle of the flower because you aren't going to, that's filled in. Put a glue dot there in the middle, and then I'm going to just take and put some liquid glue out of this. There, I think it's going to, and just put it around some of these lines so that you don't see. And it's concealed with the vellum's always tricky to know exactly where to put our glue. All right. So let's just tilt it a little. All right, and then our leaf. Same thing, I'll go around the edge. With the liquid glue. And then I'm going to just stick this in here. And to have it, maybe I want to just bring this up just a little. And yeah, this leaf is nice and big. There. What do you think? All right. Whoops. Turn them over. Glue dot in the middle of each one of those. And a little bit of glue around the edge. We are not going to color these. It's just to add a little bit of extra to the card without taking away from that, the other coloring that we did. Let's stick this one right up around here. And this one, I'm going to put, and we're going to tuck that one down here underneath. I'm going to tuck it in too far, but far enough there. All right, so our one finishing touch is our bow, where again, we'll use a glue dot. Okay. And we will put that right here above the sentiment. All right, I'm going to have to trim that a little. And after we have the ribbon, we have the finishing touch with these gems, and they are antique pearls. They are the perfect finishing touch for this card. So let's do one. Let's see, I did one here and one up there in the corner. There we go. What do you think? We have our cards using the Simply Beautiful stamp set. I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you enjoy using, if you have this stamp set, I hope you enjoy using it.
Okay, I'm taking back over just for a short period here to take us up to our first video. I really wanted to show you the Stamparatus and a couple of tips for that. So I'm going to try to work really fast so that I don't run into the next video. But I just want to talk about our schedule. Hopefully you downloaded it and you have it handy. So our next video will be at 10:30. You will need to refresh after you end this video, or after it ends. You go back to the page, refresh, and at 10:30 the next one should pop up, and so on until you finish. A few of them there will be a break in between, so you'll see when you're finished. It'll tell you when your next one is, but there won't be a break between this one and the next one, I'm pretty sure, because I'm trying to talk as fast as I can. So there will be a break between Debbie's demo at 12:20 and the sneak peek at 1 o'clock, the final project, and it's a sneak peek for March project. So you will have a few seconds, maybe 10 minutes in between there. I tried to keep them very close just so that it doesn't take up your whole day. Please know that they're going to be here. If you miss one, you can always go back and watch it later. Okay? I think that's it. All right, so Stamparatus, or not Stamparatus. Oh, I got to stop calling it that. The Stampin Positioner. I will remind you the only way to get this right now is by signing up as a demonstrator. So you can join my team and get this for free when you get the kit. It will come available at some point. They haven't told us when for purchase for the general public. If you missed it as a pre-order, as a demonstrator, you'll have to wait till general public then. They offered us this just so that we can show it to you guys so that you know what you might want to not miss. All right, so I want to just show you some of the cool things about it. I'm not going to show you a video of how to use this because, there's plenty of videos out there. But I want to show you one thing that I really like. I'm sort of comparing it to the Stamparatus because I love the Stamparatus. So I'm going to show you how to, I don't know if you remember, we used to make like squares and then another square so that we could do roundabout projects. I also love this paper that it fits onto the little things there, so it doesn't move at all. Once it's on here, it doesn't move. I don't need these magnets to keep it from moving. All right, so I did figure out as I was playing with this. So these are the two projects that I did using the, I don't even know what it's called, but basically a wreath mentality to get it to do that. Are these fun or what? Okay, I'm going to change the colors up just to get something different and see how it looks. It's basically playing. I did try different sizes of white paper and it didn't work. I haven't figured out the mathematical logic of it, but I will tell you this is 3.5 by 3.5 and it works pretty good. Now, I want to show you how I set it up. So I am using the tulip set. I didn't even bring it in. I don't even remember what it's called. So when I don't have it on this diagonal corner, I am actually centering that diagonal right in between here. So I'm just looking at these two, and I am not being extremely careful, but I'm lining it up between there. And I want to start it here on this edge just because I can see, as opposed to a corner, I can see where that's going. All right, so I'm going to take my plate and just pick that up, get this back where it needs to be. And then I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to use purples this time. So this is a little time consuming till you get all those colors and everything. So I'm going to stamp that. Now, typically I would turn it like this and stamp it and go. But I want to get my leaves on here at the same time. So I'm going to turn it twice so that my flower is over here. Because I want to put the leaf on and I want it to be out of the way of the other one so we can do both at the same time. All right, so that's my method to my madness. I'm going to put my leaf stamp here and hopefully have that where I need it to be. And then we'll pick that up. I am going to be washing this in between just because we're changing colors a lot and I also don't want to get that on there right now. All right, so once we pick that up, let's go ahead and go back to our corner just so that we're all in order. Our next color is going to be Fresh Freesia. I better keep these in order or I'll have them mixed up. I'm actually using gray granite as my green. Isn't that weird? I don't know how it's going to look. We'll see. All right, so now we're turning this to the right, so I'm just going to keep turning it. Next color for the flower is going to be Bubble Bath. And, of course, this is going to stay gray granite. Turning it again, it goes into the corner. So every other one, it goes into that little corner. And the next color will be back to Highland Heather, so I'm not going to wash it because that won't matter. Gray Granite. Pop it down. Turn it again. I apologize if I'm rushing through this. I'm just drying that off a little bit. Make sure that's in place. One nice thing is I could sit this on here and then press it down. I'm going to show you something then that I tried to do and it did not work. So just to be honest and give you some real true life feedback. Not on this card, but on a different one. We're getting there, folks. We're over halfway. Okay, we did the pink, so we're back to the Highland, I think. Gray Granite. I think I might have missed this edge. This is not how you would typically stamp, but this is how you stamp when you're in a rush. Okay, next color will be, oh, that was close. All right, Fresh Freesia. And we still have a couple leaves. We'll have one extra leaf that we've got to finish once we're done. Because that first flower that we did, we didn't do the leaf. So now I have all the flowers done. I'm going to just pull that off and put it out of the way. And then we'll get our last leaf finished. Okay, so there we go. I sort of like that. What do you think? All right, so I'm just going to pop this together really quick. I had just grabbed a couple of colors and this really pretty designer paper, and I thought, let's try that. So this is Bubble Bath, just backing it a little bit. I am planning to stamp a saying from this flower set. I've been rushing around trying to play with this so that I can come up with some ideas. And if friends were flowers, I pick you. And I am going to put some gray granite designer paper or ribbon around the paper here. Let's grab some ribbon scissors. And I'm putting it this way, I think. So I think I'm going to put the ribbon around the bottom. I'd really like to show you the finished project to see if we like it. Get some adhesive on here. Put this on. And then I did pop this up. I'm just going to tuck it on there for now because I don't want to take too much time. And then I might just take a piece of this and make a little knot here. And then if you want, you can add some gems. I grabbed the iridescent basic pearls because I thought that they would be pretty. Something shiny, because we've got this silver embossing behind here, and I'm going to throw a couple of those on. So there we go. I think that turned out pretty cute. Like those colors. All right, so let me just scoot these away. So one thing that I tried to do, I want to show you on this card. I wanted to stamp "To a Fabulous Friend" across the stamping. And I thought this will be a great time to use the Stamparatus because I probably will stamp it a couple of times because I want it to be really dark. All right, so what I did was I turned my paper this way. I put my, okay, where did I, oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. This is how I lay things and lose them. So I put the saying this way, and I thought, because I had those the other stamps on the big plate. So I thought I would use this and just stamp it across here. Here's the deal. I will tell you, if you want to re-stamp something with this, don't count on this because look how much movement I have because I don't have an attachment on this end. So when I went to re-stamp this, I actually got movement on the stamp. And I did stamp it 3 times. It doesn't look terrible. However, if you're careful, you can line it up with the grid paper. That will help a little bit. But just be cautious if that's something that you want to do. I would suggest putting it up against here or in this corner and using the big plate so that it doesn't move. But I wanted to show you really quick, and I promise this is going to be the last thing. I want to show you how to, I just, you know how to do it. You'll figure it out. But how to use this to move your stamp along so that you can create a descending stamp. So I lined this up here, grabbed my stamp, put it at the beginning where I wanted it. Looks like I got white fuzz on it. And then I'm going to put my magnets on here so that that doesn't move. And I will stick this plate on and I will pick it up. Now this one I'm not as worried about because I'm not stamping over top of it. So I don't care if it shifts a little bit as I'm going. So all I have to do is stamp And I will tell you, compared to the Stamparatus, this one, this plate I think is thicker, and because of these springs, you don't have to be rubbing. You press down. Although looks like I missed that. I am going to overstamp that. Let's see. Maybe I didn't ink it good. I would have guessed that that's probably my issue more than anything. Yeah, I did miss it. Being rushing too much. Okay, so that gives you the idea of the, I don't know what you call it, tiled stamping maybe. Okay, well, I might as well finish the last one. I'm almost there. And then I can put the stuff away. Okay, so that's how I did this. And then I just stamped some hearts here, added some ribbon, very, very simple card. And yeah, quick and easy. All right, I hope that you like that. I hope that you enjoy the rest of the day and all the things that we have prepared for you. Yeah, and I will just say that, you know, the Stamparatus is yours whenever you order your demonstrator kit this month. If you have questions about that, just message me. Please write questions in for every video or comments on every video. It'll be very, very helpful for us. Also, I don't think there's a message button, but if you write a comment in there and I can PM you if you have any questions about anything that we've shown, or if you want to place an order and get some of the stuff that we showed for you. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.